Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I wanted to jump on and share with you some insight as to why it's a problem when influencers push MLMs and MLM products onto their followers or their subscribers. Bits of Brianna K did a Q&A and this question came up, and her response I found it very telling, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this question, like I said, was in her most recent Q&A. I'll pop the thumbnail right here in case you're interested. I've already discussed her moving to Hawaii in a separate video, but I really wanted to focus on this response because I think it speaks to a much larger issue among influencers, family vloggers, mommy vloggers, whatever you want to call them, when people with a massive platform start pushing this business model or the business products onto their sometimes uneducated audience. It can cause a whole world of financial, emotional, mental, and physical trouble for people who end up going blindly into an MLM structured business because they don't know what they're signing up for. They're just following someone who's very popular on social media. And that's a problem in my book. So even if my book is this little and doesn't count, I'm still going to talk about it because I cannot stand the way that MLMs, go about business, their lack of ethics, their lack of human compassion and decency for people who pour sometimes the last $200 into their business to purchase a crap starter kit. And of course, they also combine it with the, fake lifestyle that comes along with a lot of the MLM Huns. Look at all this money that I have. Look at all this money that you could have. It doesn't happen. We all know it. The income disclosure statements show it. And we're going to listen to what Bree says. This is only about a 2-minute clip, so it's very quick, but I wanted to go through it with you guys. So let's get into it.
Kristen's Wellness asked, would you ever incorporate Young Living into your business as other influencers have? I have no problem with other influencers. I feel like being a part of whatever they feel like is the best for their business and their life. And I feel like if it really fits into like their life.
So best for their business and their life. So as long as they're making all the money and their downline, who cares about them? As long as the influencer, the one with the most money, power, and fame, is doing good, nothing else matters. So let's completely take the horrible business model that is multi-level marketing companies and toss that out the window, because as long as this influencer who has 500,000 followers on Instagram, as long as it's good for them, let's forget all of the other factual information and data that is shown to prove MLMs are a horrible, toxic, predatory business model, and they take advantage of people all of the time by utilizing things like health issues, mental and physical health issues. They'll use things like, oh, you're a mom, I'm a mom too, or oh, you're a military wife, you must need some friends, so join my business opportunity. Oh, you just got fired from your job, join my business opportunity. Spend that last $300 that you have that should probably go towards groceries, but instead take a gamble, give it to me, I'll give you these shit oils or vitamins or whatever they're selling. So to say as long as it's good for the influencer, she doesn't have a problem with it, I'd like to be able to say here that maybe she's just not educated, but I think we're way past the point in the year 2021 to say, well, I didn't know about MLMs and I didn't know how the business is structured. I don't know how it operates, because it is very, very well known at this point how terrible MLMs are and why they have been banned on apps like TikTok, hopefully Instagram soon. And there are entire communities dedicated to exposing the shady business practices and also giving old MLM reps a safe place to tell their stories, decompress, and feel like they actually matter.
Style and what they do, like, kudos, like, go for it, right? Like, I don't know, I think you put that, the energy you put out for like supporting other people's business and supporting other people's success and supporting other people's happiness comes back to you. So,
but if you are supporting someone else's business that is predatory in nature, taking advantage of people, literally like a fraction of a percent as far as success rate. Again, it's confirmed by the income disclosure statements of all of these MLMs. So I don't know. I'm all about people, get your bag, do your thing. But when you're doing it in such a shady way, I don't really know if that should be looked at as, oh, enjoy your business venture, girl boss. That is why we are here, and that's why so many people are being vocal about MLMs and why they're so bad.
I think like somebody else said this to me today too in a message, because I was talking a little bit about some of this on my Instagram, and she was like, if you're in a negative headspace, like you're always going to see the negative. So
negative headspace has nothing to do with it. Anyone that I've ever seen that is against MLMs is either because they were in one themselves and lost money or didn't make any of the money, so they, net zero, or they are people who have seen the income disclosure statements, talked to former MLM reps, seen some of these reps maybe make something and then lose their rank. And literally, I've told you guys before, I use this as a plug for a lot of anti-MLM stuff. There was one of the top earners in LuLaRoe who, by the time she was done, she was at the top. By the time she was done, her house was on the market. And if that is not the realest sort of nosedive that I could ever come across, it's just devastating. Joining MLMs can sometimes ruin friendships, marriages, relationships with children, longtime friends. It's everything that surrounds MLMs is bad, and it has nothing to do with being in a negative headspace or, this right here, what she's doing is gaslighting. And you cannot tell someone when they are looking at the facts on a piece of paper that it's actually because they're in a negative headspace, or it could be because they're in a negative headspace. That's not how it works. We're looking at the numbers, we're looking at the facts, and all of the facts put it out there in black and white that MLMs suck.
I think like for people who are like against when people start like a new business or like join, whether it's like a marketing or multi-level marketing company, is that what they're called?
She was trying to act like she didn't know what MLM stands for.
Like if you want to pick out the negative aspects of that, you're always going to find it. But if like you want to just be positive and uplifting, and if that's the kind of energy and the way that
let's stop talking about this positive energy, negative energy. The issue at hand is, okay, MLMs are predatory. They do not make you any money. So that's like looking at a pile of trash and setting it on fire and then saying, oh, well, let's try to look at the positive. No, we're looking at the facts right in front of us. It's a pile of trash that's been set on fire. So I'm looking at the facts. It has nothing to do with, oh, you see a blue and a white and gold dress and I see a teal and gold dress, or whatever, those puzzles were. It's not a perception thing. It's looking at the cold hard facts, realizing what these companies do to families, and the fact that popular influencers utilize their platform to build their downline, and in turn, more and more and more people fail, while the people at the top continue to succeed. People like Tiffany Beeston, Tara Henderson, all of these, hun bots that are also on YouTube. It has nothing to do with perception.
You want your life to be, and you put that out for other people to feel, like it's always going to come back to you. So I would never knock anybody's business venture. I think somebody else asked me too, I'm not sure who.
So anyway, that's all she said about that. But I'm so tired of this. I've talked a fair amount about toxic positivity and influencers that subscribe to this ideology that, oh, well, you're just being negative. Oh, you're just complaining. You're just whining. That's just not life, because there are a lot of people who have enough critical thinking skills to be able to distinguish between, okay, this is actually negative and this is positive. You can tell these two differences if you just use those critical thinking skills. And I don't believe that telling someone that an MLM is not that bad because maybe you're just looking at it in a negative light. No, we're looking at it for exactly what it is. And I will always have a problem with influencers that use their viewers, their followers, and their subscribers to build their downline, knowing damn well what these people are signing up for. Stop selling people a false dream. Stop, fishing for people that are just happening to follow you on Instagram or follow you on YouTube. I just don't think that it's right. I would really love to see something in the future where YouTube builds into their terms of service that YouTubers are not allowed to push the MLM business structure or products sold under an MLM company on their platforms. No plugging the oils, no talking about your Beachbody shakes, none of that, because we are at the point where the anti-MLM movement and community is growing and the voices are getting louder, and I love to see that. Unfortunately, you still will have a few people come across people like Brie, Tiffany Beeston. They will look at this situation and say, well, maybe my friend that tried to recruit me 6 months ago, the chick that I used to, live down the hall in her apartment building, maybe I should go revisit that. I have a couple $100 sitting in my savings account. Maybe I should. Maybe I was just being a negative Nancy. And what that person probably did was had a conversation with someone who knows how MLMs are and how bad they are. And that's what made their decision. But now they're, it is gaslighting, because you're telling someone that, no, this isn't how you should feel, even if you got really solid information. That's not how you should feel. You should feel this way, and maybe you were just being negative. And that's the other problem that I've had. Brianna K has plugged Mlm'S skincare on her channel before. And yeah, at the end of the day, people can use whatever they want to use. But when you are plugging a product from an MLM and people don't know that the product is part of an MLM, they might end up learning the hard way, and that's really unfortunate. So I don't understand the whole idea of being for empowering women and building a community of, people that are just normal people just like you. Nothing about family vlogging is normal. Nothing about mommy vlogging is normal. This showing your kids to people online is not normal. But then when you tie in the MLM stuff and showing people these products, it creates a whole new set of issues. And on top of it, just to finish on my thoughts on all of this, the Mlm'S skincare is not anything that I would ever spend a penny on, my opinion, because they're not offering anything that is fantastic. I have an entire video duping out the Mlm'S skincare. I'll link that in my description box. If you guys are even curious about what Mlm'S sells versus what you can buy at the drugstore, Sephora, Ulta, whatever. But I just think that it's disheartening to try to tell people that they're just being negative when the facts speak for themselves. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.